Okay, Tiff. Gotcha. We're good to go.
Cool. So early adopter, and the way I always justify it is I always try to think about Blockbuster, right? We always use that reference. Blockbuster was the big movie buff. You went there to go rent your videos, video games, all that kind of thing. But when Netflix came out, Blockbuster was like, nobody's going to want to do that stuff online. Nobody's going to want to order movies. They're going to come in here. We're not going to change. We're not going to do anything. And since Blockbuster didn't change, they became dinosaurs and they went out of business. So when it comes to us at Aflac, I think the reason, I know that we have a bunch of nerds at HQ that come out with all this stuff based on stats. They're not salespeople. They don't know how it works. You know what I mean? But they have a reason for putting it out. So I'm always willing to try it and see if it works. Does that make sense? So the first, I guess we'll talk about selling it, and then we'll get into the logistics of it. Logistics are boring, but selling it's important, right? So a lot of people in this market asked me how I was closing so many dental accounts. And I honestly think it's the way you approach the business, right? Especially existing accounts that you haven't seen in a long time. If you go in there and you're like, hey, we have this brand new dental and vision plan and it's sweet and your people are going to love it and it doesn't cost a gosh dang thing, they're going to be like, oh, really? But if you go in there and you say, hey, we have new dental and vision, and they're like, didn't you have dental and vision? You're like, yeah, well, this one's a little different. They're like, no, it's okay. So it kind of depends on the way you deliver the message. Because I did have a lot of people say that, we're asking accounts if they want new dental and vision. I'm like, no, you got to be excited about it. Even if you don't know what to be excited about, just be like Alex Watkins, excited all the time. You know what I mean?
Boom.
Boom.
Hey, nice.
So that's the way I approach new accounts. And then with really super duper inactive accounts that you don't want to service, and they don't like Aflac, and you're still wondering why they pay the bill. If you just call them and you're like, hey, I'm just doing a general service call. We have a brand new dental and vision plan. Did you guys just want to take a look at it? Sometimes, 50% of the time they might say yes. And that might be the way you get back in there. You know what I mean? Just do a short little call. You don't have to try and get that stupid customer appreciation visit, that damn DM. That's never going to happen. It's like pulling teeth. Just go and be like, hey, I got a new dental and vision plan. You want to hear about it real quick? No? All right. I'm never talking to you again.
Right.
So that way it's like a 2-minute phone call. You're doing your asset management. You get James off your butt and life's a little bit better. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Nice picture.
Kapalua, Hawaii?
Oh, yeah. Well, who is that?
Yes. Yes, I have a picture of myself in my own bedroom. Thank you very much. Okay. So that's the way I pitch it. Now, when it comes to proposals and things like that, that's easy enough to come up with. But I will show you. Do you guys want to do proposals first? Enrollments? We'll do proposals first.
Tiff, let me ask you really quickly. How many of these dental cases have you set up so far?
14.
Wow.
Whoa.
When you're talking to those, business accounts that, are 50 plus months inactive, very few people in it that have Aflac, et cetera, et cetera. Is that how you're getting the appointment, though? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah, that's how I'm getting the appointment. I'll use the dental and vision. Hey, we have a brand new dental and vision plan. It works like your big group. What I like to say is it's basically big group dental at big group rates that we can offer to you smaller guys.
Like that.
And they're like, oh, that's nice. So then I get in there and I say, okay, so to decide which dental or what other plans we're going to offer, I have to ask you some questions about your business first to figure out where we're going to go with the conversation. And they're always like, okay. And then you say, how many employees do you have? What are your current benefits? Oh my God, you don't have any benefits? What about telemedicine? Oh my God, what about more Aflac stuff? So then I just do kind of a normal DM, and then I just throw in the dental and vision, honestly.
14 cases that you got our attention. So
Absolutely.
Bring on.
And then, you know what, honestly, too, those super inactive ones, sometimes they'll say, can you just, I don't even want to talk to you. Just send it to me. And you'd be like, okay. So then you send it to them, but I always kind of, I put a little summary in the email, and then I put the attachment of the proposal. So my summary, I always talk about the HMO plan, which has no annual maximum, no deductible, no pre-existing condition, no missing tooth exclusion. And I put all that stuff in there, and it's all $355 a week here in South Florida. And even with that, sometimes they'll just respond and be like, okay, that looks good. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Be like, okay, well, I still need to meet with you to set it up. And they'll be like, okay. So I'm not saying just email out proposal to everyone, but if you have someone that hates you, I mean, it might work, you know?
You think you might be able to send one of those proposals our way?
It's a Florida one.
It doesn't matter. It's just the way it's set up. That's what I
Okay.
want.
Yeah, for sure. So we will do, I have 3 screens here. So let's do this one. So when it comes to proposals, HMO plan, all this complicated dental stuff, in Florida, you can only enroll the HMO plan via census enrollments, i.e. you can't do it on Everwell. That's a Florida thing. So you're going to have to verify that information with your market. But over here, we won't be able to enroll the HMO plan on Everwell till like June. So I'm sure you guys will probably be later, to be honest.
Does anybody know what that situation is for us?
I thought we only had the MAC plan and the PPO plan available, which are both enrollable on Everwell. I didn't know there was an HMO option.
Okay, then I won't go too much into the HMO plan then. I will just talk about your PPO plans. And vision. We'll do vision last. Proposals.
I'm just seeing dogs on a beach. Am I crazy?
Are you?
Yeah.
Benefits. Okay, so to make a proposal, I'm going to go very briefly through it just because it's so boring. Proposal, you go to your account, whatever it is, under benefits, proposals. Same old thing. You just click on create your proposal. James and Alex. Oops.
You're phonetically correct.
Number, yeah, 12. What's kind of cool, old proposals, you had to select 2 Aflac products, which was kind of annoying because they took up another 7 pages in the proposal, and the proposals ended up being like 35 pages. So it's nice now you can just choose your dental and vision. Make sure you choose group. Make sure you choose group, obviously. Aflac is a big no-no on offering your Aflac supplemental plus Aflac group in the same account. So if you have someone who wants to keep their essentials plan, I don't know why that's not okay, even if it was just essentials, but that would have to go on to direct. I don't really know how they flag that.
Okay.
But I don't want to know either. So
Like the essential well with like an HMO, so it's a little crazy.
Or any,
Or any dental plan.
any network now, yeah.
check your vision and dental. You go to next, and then you can pick and choose which ones you want. Vision, to be honest, is so gosh dang cheap that I just choose plan 3, and your commission sucks so bad that you might as well get as much AP as you can. You might as well make as much money as you can off of this damn plan. So there's that one. I've only ever sold 3. And then here we go. Florida Small Group Dental Plan 1 and 2. Right here's the HMO plan that doesn't show up on Everwell, that I don't think you guys have yet. So we won't play with that. Okay, well, I downloaded one for you guys anyway, so we'll go here. So now you have your little proposal. Welcome to Everwell. This is the longest proposal of all time. Vision and dental. Just so you know too, I don't ever send this entire proposal to the account. I do have that, like I said, Adobe Acrobat DC, so I just delete the slides I don't want.
Right.
Not sure if that's Aflac compliant, but it's kind of like going to the Cheesecake Factory. And you know how their menu's super long and it takes you forever to choose something to order? I just want them to see like 2 pages. You know what I mean? I don't want it to take a long time. I want it to be quick and easy. Oh, just so you guys know, its age ranges 18 to 120 years old. So if you have any super seniors, you're good to go. Isn't that crazy? 120? It's ridiculous.
That's kind of ageism right there with your 121.
Yeah.
I know.
Over.
Okay. So here in South Florida, the plan is 3 cleanings and exams a year per person. People get pretty excited about that. The deductible, $50 per person, 3 per family, waived for preventative, so they shouldn't have a deductible when they go in for cleanings and stuff. This is called the Guardian PPO network. Okay, so the plan is Argus Choice, and the network is Guardian PPO. So if someone says, hey, is my dentist in the network? Have them call and say, hey, are you in the Guardian PPO network? Do you accept their insurance? And they will say yes or no. When you guys get the HMO plan, it's Guardian HMO. Okay. So PPO versus HMO, but we're just talking about PPO today. If you have someone who's not in the network, since this does cover in and out of network benefits, it works pretty gosh dang similar to our dental. They just have to get the ADA codes, the summary of procedures, all that stuff, give it to you, and then you forward it to Argus. So pretty easy. Plan 2, I always do Plan 2. Like I said, just because the commissions are better, even though they're tiny. I don't know if you guys know, commissions are 8% for the agent as earned. And then for James, it's 1% as earned. For districts, it's 1% as earned.
I'm taking that trip to Paloma.
I've done 14 dental groups, and I think my monthly statement's up to like $23.
It's really just, it's good for production.
Yeah.
That's funny. I think it'll be more because a lot of them were new in December. So since January just paid, I think this month will be better, but it just makes me laugh. Here is your, here's your prices for dental plan 2. These are weekly because the group I quoted was weekly. It'll default to whatever your group is. Pre-tax, of course. Pretty cheap though for a dental plan, which is nice. Not as expensive as our dental plan. So there's your rate sheet. There's all that stuff. The vision, like I said, I only do vision plan 3, which is basically, I just tell people it's just a $10 copay and $175 for eyeglasses or corrective eyewear. If you're over 50 employees, it's underwritten by Davis. It's the Davis network. And Davis Network includes your Target, Costco, Walmart, Sam's, all your big dogs. If you're under 50, it's kind of confusing. It's like kind of underwritten by Davis, but it's an Argus plan. Yeah, and the plan is super cheap too. Where is it? It's $195 a week for the employee only, and everybody just gets it because it's $195.
You need participation for that?
Yes, there's participation requirements depending on the size of the group. So
are the vision participation requirements the same as the dental? Because I haven't really looked at the vision.
So let me check on those participation requirements. I usually don't have trouble with them, which is why I've kind of forgotten them.
Yeah.
So participation requirements will be less than 15 is just 3 lives. 15 to 99, 20%.
Wow.
So if it's going to be 20%, I would say just put people in Everwell who are going to enroll in it. Don't put the whole census in there. That's what I would say. If you do get not enough participation, you'll get an email from account underwriting at aflac.com saying, hey, we don't like you and we're not going to let you get vision. If you'd like to contest this, please email back with this information and why. I just got that email, and the account I offered the vision and 4 people wanted it, but they have vision with their medical. It's just really bad. So a lot of people were like, we'll enroll in it next year, just not right now because we're already paying for it right now. So I got 4 out of 25. So account underwriting emailed me and gave me the shaft. So I emailed them back. They said 3 to 5 days for a response.
So Tiff, can you offer like one plan that's just the dental and one that's the dental and the vision, or do they have to stay within the same? So like, for example, I know in the guidelines it says if you're offering an MAC, you can offer 2 levels to groups over 25 in the dental, but they both have to be MAC plans. Like you can't offer a PPO and an MAC. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I do. I think here in Florida, it's group sizes over 10 or 15. I think it's 10. Group sizes over 10, you can offer both. But I do know that you have to get at least 2 in each.
Okay. That's cool.
I know that as a fact. Oh, and then when it comes to orthodontia also, if you offer orthodontia, you can only offer one plan. And if you offer orthodontia, you cannot offer, yeah, it doesn't matter what the group size is. When you get HMO, you cannot offer HMO. Why? I have no idea. I think it's a horrible rule. I think they should change it because I have a group that has PPO and HMO, and they all ask about the PPO people all ask about orthodontia, and I have to be like, no, we can't do that. I'm sorry. So rules, they're lame.
Hey,
Yeah.
Tiff, this is Bo. I'm probably the only person on this call you don't know.
Hi, Bo.
Hey, so I got an observation and a question. So the first observation is this is for everybody. I don't know what it is about Oregon vision plans, but apparently none of them in Oregon, or very few of them, cover Costco. So if you guys are ever working with a broker, that's one of the easiest ways to sell these plans is just say, hey, our new dental vision covers Costco. And that broker immediately is going to go, yeah, tell me more. I want to know. I got tons of clients for you. So
over 50 employees.
Yeah. So here's the question for you, Tiff. So how are you quoting new groups that aren't in Everwell yet?
Oh, Bo. So I have an old proposal tool that they got rid of for us here in South Florida. But you can still make proposals in Everwell. You can make those fake groups. You can still do that, right? Does anybody ever do that? So I think that's how you would get it. I use
Costco needs to be over 50 employees.
Yep, Costco, Target. It's the Davis network. They accept Davis.
Okay, right.
So you got Target, Walmart, Sam's Club, Costco. Okay, so to find a provider for the people who are asking, how can I find a dentist? I literally just go to Google and type in Argus provider lookup. You just go to the Argus page, click on provider lookup. It's really easy. Choose your plan. Your PPO plan is the Argus Choice PPO right here, okay? Hey, what's your zip code? See if there's anything in Oregon.
2200, yeah.
Yeah, you have plenty. So yeah, it should be pretty easy to find a dentist for your people then. Your vision though, I don't know what vision plan you guys would have because mine is this one, under 50 employees. This one, if you click on this is the over Argus Choice Vision. That's your over 50 employees one. So I don't know what you're under 50 because this is Florida. Hey, and then if you guys ever need help, the Argus customer service, I don't know where their phone number is. It's on their page somewhere. But if you call them, their customer service is actually pretty awesome. Their hold music's really bad, but their customer service is really, really good. And they'll help you. And if they can't figure it out, they'll find someone while you're on the phone to figure it out. So they're actually, they're awesome when it comes to customer service. So if you ever have questions on how to find a provider, provision, dental, what's in Oregon, what's not, you might be on hold for a little bit, but they're really good at finding your answer. So that would be a pro tip for you guys. Don't be afraid to call them. And I think that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else I'm missing. When you guys get HMO, if you guys got a bunch of weird rules and plans and regulations and stuff, I'll probably do a conference call with James and then tell you guys how to roll it out and do the census. Cause it's really complicated. And I was the only person who was doing it. So that was, I would pretty much be the only person in South Florida that knows how to do it. So
wow.
Let me know.
Hey, Tiff, have you done a competitive quote yet?
Are you talking about for Aflac in general?
For the dental and vision.
No, I have not done competitive. If you do the competitive, you need to get all sorts of information from the account. I do know what information you need if you're asking.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, there we go. Oh, cool.
So you're going to need takeovers. Here we go. You need a copy of their summary plan, 2 years of claims experience and what they're currently paying.
Okay.
And then you need to email that to Argus Choice at argusdentalvision.com.
All right.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I've never done one, so I don't know how long the turnaround time is for that.
How's the billing set up? And
That is such a good question. Oh my God, question of the day. So it's kind of it's good and it's bad. So they give you the rates per week, but they bill the account per month, which kind of sucks. So for example, the HMO plan, let's just say it's $3.55 a week, but they bill always the monthly rate, $15.38. It doesn't matter how many deductions they have in the month, 4 or 5, 2 or 3, they always bill the monthly rate. That's a really good thing to tell the person up front, your HR person, because sometimes they get pissed. They're like, this doesn't add up. We didn't do these deductions. How come these numbers don't make sense? And you're like, it's the monthly rate and they're not going to change that anytime soon. I've already sold all the plans though, so you kind of got to pay. So that's kind of, that's a really good question. They're talking about changing it, but as of right now.
Moving forward, Tiff, do you still do the deductions based on how they do their payroll, or did you change it to monthly?
No, I do on how they do their payroll.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, it bills like medical does, so they bill up front. But I just tell my accounts to pay it at the end of the month. I don't care.
It's the opposite of billing arrears.
Yes, billing up fronts. But you get a plan card in the mail, and you just take that to the dentist. They bill your insurance, same thing.
My question is what's the success been with like conditions, like bringing in the new dental plan and then talking about all the other plans and writing that kind of business?
Conditions are pretty easy with dental because, I mean, you see all this, the workforce's reports. Everybody and their mother wants dental, even though dental is super lame, right? So you talk to the owner and you say, hey, it's just like telemedicine. Hey, to be able to offer this to all your people, I need to see everyone and just sign off that they do or don't want it. Okay, that's fine. Oh, that's fine. Go talk to people. See if they want dental and vision. They don't even know you're talking about Aflac. Who cares if they know you're talking about Aflac or not, right? So just force your conditions if you can't get them by using the dental and vision and telemedicine. I still use telemedicine a lot too, especially during the Rona.
Have you had any luck getting an employer-sponsored version of this?
With the HMO plan, because the HMO plan's hella cheap.
Yeah.
It's like $355 a week for $15 a month for an individual.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that one's easy enough.
What are some of the pitfalls that you had to overcome initially?
The biggest one was the billing being weird. That how they bill monthly versus not per deduction, not based on deductions. Because I've gotten flack from like 4 different owners for that already. So now I tell people that up front just so we can get that out of the way. That's the big one. Number 2 is finding a provider. A lot of people will call their dentist and say, hey, do you accept Argus? And the dentist is like, I don't know who that is. And no. So you got to make sure that they say Guardian PPO network, not the choice plan, not Aflac choice, not Argus. They have to say Guardian PPO is very important because then you have clients telling the owner that they sold you crappy dental insurance that doesn't work, that nobody accepts. So I've had that problem a couple times. Make that very clear. Guardian PPO. Get it tattooed on your forehead.
Yeah.
Those would be the 2. That's pretty much it. It's pretty easy on Everwell. Yeah, and then the only other thing would be the vision, that one group that I got that I didn't meet the requirements, and now I don't know what's going to happen. So now I have to go back and either tell people they can get it or not get it, and that's always kind of a bummer. It makes you look stupid.
Maybe there's a case to be made about getting a contribution if it's so cheap, right?
Especially in a group that doesn't have benefits. It's easy enough. You say, did you used to offer benefits? Yes or no? Who cares? Have you ever thought about offering benefits before? Yeah, I have, but it's too expensive. I have an amazing solution for you, and it's a tax write-off. How sweet is that? And it's only $10 a week. It's less than an hourly wage. It's less than giving your employees a dollar extra per hour. It'll cost them less than that if you want to pay for it. And they'll love it. Everybody wants vision and dental. Do you want vision and dental? The owner wants vision and dental, you know?
I have one more question for you. It's kind of a weird one. Have you sold multi-location account? And if you do that and they're in different states, do you have to quote them separately, or is it all in one?
I've never opened up an MLA myself, so good for you. I'm kind of jealous.
Okay.
Number two,
Leslie.
yeah,
actually.
I think each state is going to have different rates. I think you're going to have to make a proposal for each different one, but that's
Okay.
definitely a market office question.
Okay.
James, and then through the market office question.
Okay.
Hey, if there's any,
Jinx.
hey, you got any locations in Florida, Jinx? Hey, I'm right here.
That's my girl. You know it.
Let me know. Oh, that's a good point. FYI for you, James, because you're the one that gets in trouble for this. Oh, maybe districts a little bit. If you go in, I've had a couple places where I only write dental and vision because they've had Aflac so long, they've heard the spiel a million times and they don't like you. So I've only written dental and vision, and it does not reactivate the account in CCLM. It'll say productive enrollment. It'll still say no. So that doesn't help your open enrollment percentage, FYI.
Yeah, remember, Washington is behind on everything. So, yeah, I believe when we got contracted, Washington was the exception that we couldn't sell it in Washington.
Level 2 active.
But you want to verify that because it's been a month since I did the training.
Yeah, Washington still sells the accident plan that I got 18 years ago. I'm not joking. I got level 2.
Oh, and then when it comes to how the business issues, to be honest, they issue it whenever they want, like whenever they want. You have no idea if it's going to hit when the enrollment closes on the 15th, because technically, since it's group product, you're supposed to close it. You end the enrollment on the 15th of the month before the effective date. You can put in qualifying events, though. It's kind of weird. They let you do it. It's kind of a secret. So FYI. So if you have someone on February, like I just had someone yesterday who was like, hey, I want to get the dental for a 3-1. Their open enrollment closed on the 15th. I did a qualifying event and just put them in, and it worked.
Okay.
So that's what I did. But to find the business, you have to go to RPM, and you go to your report card. You scroll down, it'll say group dental, group vision. If you're looking for when the business issued, it just issues whenever it wants to. I don't really know how to track it. It's kind of weird.
But I think the biggest takeaway for me, and anybody else can chime in on this, but it's the Trojan horse to get you into inactive, active, or non-Aflac accounts. Would you agree?
Oh, 100%. There was my friend, he went down to some bougie area down here in Fort Lauderdale, and he literally just went door to door on like the strip area to the restaurants and just asked the GM, hey, you guys interested in dental and vision? And they were like, yeah. Like, what?
Right.
He set like 6 appointments that day just walking in. I mean, it was such a half-assed way to set an Aflac appointment, but it totally worked. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's closed all those groups or what's going on with him, but it was just ridiculous because he was just like, do you guys want dental and vision? And they'd be like, no. And he would just leave, you know, or they'd say yes, and he would stay. So I don't know. Give it a try.
It gets them in front of the decision maker.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. It's good dental and vision for what it costs.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't expect to get rich off of it. I promise.
Well, I mean, we do everything but medical, right? And that now we can truly say that.
But I don't know. It might be something to try. Someone asks who you're with. You can say you're with Argus. And they're like, who the hell's Argus? Be like, let me tell you. But I need 5 minutes of your time. I don't have time right now, but I'll be back next week. Do you have about 10 minutes? Tuesday, okay, 10 a.m.? All right, I'll see you then. Kind of thing, huh?
I say Everwell, MeMed, Aflac.
I love it. And I still use telemedicine a lot to get conditions, especially in those accounts that have a lot of the HVAC. It's great for those guys. They're all young guys. They hate medical. They're not going to use it. Right. So good for places like that.
You know, it's 9 o'clock up on the hour now. So we're going to close the meeting. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.
Thanks, Angel.
Talk to you later.
Bye, Alex. I love you. I'm so proud of you. Aw.